Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I was playing with the Peridot palette from BH Cosmetics Birthstone series. This is a nice, pretty palette. It's got some variety in it considering it's so few shades. And if you'd like to see how I created this halo eye, then please stick around and I will show you. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Rachel. I'm just a homeschooling stay-at-home mom who loves to play with colorful eyeshadow. So if you're interested in tutorials and rankings and declutters and anything of that ilk, then you're in the right spot. Fair warning, I'm kind of a dork, but I've accepted that in myself. So I hope you will consider liking and subscribing. Please comment below with things that you'd like to see or your thoughts on a video or your rankings and preferences, your favorite palettes. And don't forget that you can find me on Instagram at Shimmers and Silver. Now let's get right into it. I think I've decided to do a halo eye today. I'm going to start by taking a pretty fluffy brush and dipping into the shade Outgoing, this matte yellow. I'm dipping in very lightly. And I'm just going to use this in my crease area as like a transition tone. So I've started it in my crease, and I'm just gently blending it up towards the brow bone and out in my cat eye shape. I'm only placing this color down because when I do my halo eye, I don't like it to be totally naked in the center, but I also don't want to cap it with the deepest color, so this is just to fill in that cap a little bit. You can see that's a super, super light color. Now I'm going to go in with the dark green. It's called Brave. I'm going in with a pretty big pencil brush. I'm going to start that in my outer corner here, keeping in mind that I'm going to be blending it out with a different color later. So this is just a matter of first placing down the color in the general shape that I want. And then with a smaller bullet brush, I'm dipping into the same color and I'm doing this on my inner corner. Bullet brush, smaller blending brush. Remember, you can always add more later, so don't go too heavy-handed at first. Just decide where you want the color to be and you can blend it out and you can deepen later. Now I'm going to color switch that small blending brush and dip into the brown matte called Independent. I'm going to place this on the edge of the green and just help blend it out a little bit and add some color contrast. So this brown is getting carried through pretty much the center. Right now there's a very thin line where there's no shadow, but I'm going to be placing shimmer over that as the spotlight. So I just wanted to blend the green and the brown together a little bit. And then I'm just going to go back and forth between green and brown, add some depth, add some contrast, and blend it all together. Alright, now I'm taking a flat shader brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Enthusiastic, this blue shimmer. I'm going to dip into the shade in the pan and then spray my brush. This shade I'm going to place on the center of my lid as the halo slash spotlight. And carry it to meet both of the side colors. So I'm just carrying the color to the mattes, up into the crease however far I want it. Then I'll go back into that pencil brush and whatever's left on the brush, just kind of tap the matte over the transition to the shimmer. And if needed, I'll add some product. Then I'll take a blending brush and kind of generally work the shadows together. But now and then I clean it off because I don't want to bring a lot of color into the center. Alright, now I'm just going to take my finger and dip into the shade Peridot very, very lightly. And I'm going to place that, I'm going to put like a tap on the center of each lid. It's not really adding a ton to the look, but what it's doing is it's giving the look a slightly green shift right where the light touches it. And that just makes it a little more interesting. Now I will clean up under my eyes with some concealer and I'll be right back. Okay, I have color switched my small blending brush and now I'm dipping into the yellow shade called Outgoing. And I'm gonna run this on my whole lower lash line. You have to be careful with a yellow lower lash line, at least you do if you have my skin tone, because it can make you look unwell. Especially because this look is darker. The yellow paired with the greens it could make me end up looking rather sallow, which I don't want. So I'm just dipping back into the pan to add in some pigment to try to brighten it up a little bit. I do have other yellow eyeshadows. I could dip into my Limoncello palette from ColourPop, or Take Me Back to Brazil from BH Cosmetics. Like, I have other yellows, but I just want to stay within this palette. So I'm dipping back in a little bit to try to brighten that color so it's clearly a yellow and not me having a liver disorder. I'm going to take a smudger brush and dip back into the dark green Brave. I'm going to place this on my outer corner lower lash line just to help the yellow transition up into this wing shape. Shoot, I used the wrong smudger brush. I was looking at it going, why is that so big? This is my smudger brush. It's more precise, it's smaller and not as wide. You see I got like a dip here. I'll fix that. I'll clean that up with concealer. I don't have my glasses on and I grabbed the brush that looked like my smudger. It was just slightly bigger. And now with a small pencil brush, I'm dipping into Peridot again, here. I'm gonna dip and then spray the brush. And this I'm placing on the inner lower lash line and sort of wrapping it up to meet the inner corner. Oh, that brightens up the look so nicely. I think that because it's so pretty, I'm gonna pull that down through the yellow a bit more. That just made the look just pop. I love it. I will say I have several palettes that have lime green shimmers in them, but this is possibly the nicest of them all, from different companies. I know for sure I have lime green from BH Cosmetics and ColourPop. Oh, and Beauty Bay as well, because I have the Wilderness palette. I think this might be the nicest one. I think I might also take that color very lightly and put it under my brow bone. Alright, and now I'm going to take a very light yellow eyeliner. This is Extra Frosting from ColourPop, and I'm going to line my waterline. Okay, and finally, to clean up this clumsy bit over here, I just grabbed a small flat shader brush, dipping into some concealer that I've placed on my hand. And I'm just going to tidy up that area a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to go off camera and add some black eyeliner and probably do a wing and some mascara, and then I'll be back. Okay, here's the final product. I did put on some black eyeliner, I did a wing, some mascara, a little bit of blush, and a ColourPop lip oil, and that is everything. So I hope you enjoyed this look. This was a lot of fun. I plan on doing another look with each of the Birthstone palettes, so make sure you keep an eye out if you're interested in that. Thank you very much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and until we see each other again, have a wonderful day. Bye!